Devin Haney retained the undisputed lightweight title with a victory over the former unified champ Vasiliy Lomachenko. The closely contested unanimous decision victory was another classic from boxing's stacked lightweight division, and there's only more to come.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that it was a good fight. I was definitely, confident that I won the fight, but I knew that it was a close fight. Of course, he won rounds. I knew going into the fight that it wouldn't be an easy fight. I had to go through the fire to win.
The bout for the undisputed title was particularly important for both men. For the champ, facing Lomachenko was his chance to prove how good he really was, and he planned on doing it in style.
I'm gonna put on a dominant victory. I look to go in there and oppose my will on Loma and show the world how great Devin Haney really is, how versatile, how strong, how young, and how experienced I am in that ring. It's gonna be a fun night for me and my team.
For Loma, the fight meant even more. Despite previously holding world titles in 3 divisions, he's never held all 4 belts in a division. That has been the goal all along, and this might have been his last chance.
We all know, so understand, if I can take this chance, Haney go up, I believe he go up in the next weight classes, and all 4 belts will stay vacant. That's why, and after that I need maybe 10 more years for unificate, so it's unreal.
While Lomachenko lost 3 of the 4 belts in 2020, he's still considered one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. In 2022, he was supposed to fight George Kambosos Jr. for the titles he lost, but the Russian invasion of Ukraine scuppered those plans. Instead, Kambosos fought the then WBC champ Haney to unify the division, and it was Haney who came out on top. Since then, the American had been calling for a Lomachenko fight to prove he could have beaten high tech too.
I respect everything that he's, did his decision to, stay and fight for his country and all that. That gave me the shot. It aligned for me to get my shot to go to Australia. So it was only right that I give him the shot as well, like a true champion should.
Things got heated at the weigh-ins. If it wasn't already clear, Haney was the much taller, longer, and naturally larger man. But despite all that, it was Haney who seemed he had something to prove, and he snapped.
Because the time has finally come. It's been a long time coming. It's been 4 years. I've always dreamed of, facing off with him, and the emotion set in now that it's finally time.
Haney used his size to keep Loma away with a jab and repeated shots to the body. When Loma was able to work, he was arguably the more effective fighter, especially in the later rounds. It could have gone either way, but all 3 judges felt it was Haney and not Loma who had won the bout.
I knew Loma is a crafty veteran, and I couldn't just, go in there and just jab and, move around and use my distance. I knew that I had to, take it to him and fight a fight that you guys haven't seen me ever fight before, and I felt like that's what I did tonight.
What's next for both men is hard to say. At just 24 years of age, and with 2 defenses of the undisputed title to his name, the lightweight world is Haney's oyster. Except the dream is huge for the division, and a move up in weight wouldn't be a surprise. For Lomachenko, it's even harder to say. At 35, he's past his prime, especially for his size and the division. But he doesn't plan on retiring just yet. And if Haney does vacate, this close decision will likely see Loma fighting for at least one of those belts again. Also on the night, Junto Nakatani detonated his left hand on Andrew Maloney's face in the 12th round for the vacant WBO junior bantamweight title, and possibly the knockout of the year. But in the other career-defining upset of the weekend, the undisputed junior welterweight champion Chantelle retained her belts with a majority decision over the undisputed lightweight champion and boxing superstar Katie Taylor in Taylor's Irish homecoming.
Katie's a great fighter, great ambassador for the sport, and always knew it was going to be a tough night. And to come to Dublin, her homecoming, everything was against me, everything was in favour of Katie, but I showed what I'm about.
For Taylor, the bout against Cameron was never even meant to be. Her first pro fight at home in Ireland was supposed to be the highly anticipated 2022 rematch with Amanda Serrano. In March of this year, however, Serrano suffered an injury that forced her out of the fight. That left the undefeated Taylor needing a new opponent. And while her belts wouldn't be on the line, she still aimed high.
I never picked the easy challenge. I want the biggest tests and the biggest challenges. And what's the point, really? I have a chance to become a 2-weight undisputed champion and start the evening in front of my home crowd. This is absolutely so special. I am expecting a tough fight, but I feel like I am ready for whatever comes my way and start the evening.
I feel like I'm her worst nightmare. I feel like we've seen performances where she's boxed over opponents that she struggled with, and I bring more to the table than they do. So I think she took a massive gamble fighting me, and it was the wrong one.
Cameron claimed the final vacant junior welterweight titles to become undisputed in November of last year, with a unanimous decision victory over the undisputed welterweight champ Jessica McCaskill. If anyone was doubting Cameron, it wasn't Taylor.
I wouldn't say it's my biggest nightmare. She's obviously she's a bigger girl, but I don't believe that she's a stronger girl. She's obviously a great fighter. There's the two undisputed champions facing off. This kind of fight just doesn't happen in boxing too often, so it is an amazing fight, and it has the makings of another epic fight.
While the scores were close, the punching stats weren't, and they reflected how the fight looked. Taylor was more accurate, but Cameron landed more punches, power punches, and body punches, and her fearless pressure was enough for two of the judges.
I've always had huge respect for Katie. That was one of my fears going into the ring tonight, and Jamie kept saying to me, like, no respect, making sure that I didn't give her...
Not in a bad way, by the way. Just to make sure she was in the right frame of mind.
Because so many people, it's so easy to give Katie so much respect for what she's done, and I had to go in there and let it go out the window, because you can't help but respect her. She's a nice woman, great athlete, great boxer, and what she's done for women's boxing is unbelievable. So it is very hard not to show that sort of respect.
It's easy to ask what's next for both undisputed champions. But according to their promoter, Eddie Hearn, the answer for Cameron and Taylor may be all but guaranteed, especially with how competitive Taylor is and how close the fight was.
There is a rematch clause. I don't think Katie will be able to sleep till that fight, but it was a tremendous fight, and Chantelle mentioned something interesting in, about fighting maybe for Katie's belts. I don't know what they're going to want to do, but could become a 2-division undisputed champion, but obviously it's going to be a massive fight. But tonight belongs to Chantelle Cameron.
Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.